Hi, my name's Byron Martin here at Logis, and today we're going to be talking about starfruit, or the Carambola. Carambolas and starfruit are probably some of the heaviest fruiting tropicals that we have in our collection. And they're grown throughout the tropics. They really are sensitive to frost. They only go up to the warmer side of zone 9, which would be just a little bit of freezing at times, such as South Florida or Southern California. They can be grown in containers. And the issue that we found with growing them as potted plants is some varieties really don't perform very well or produce very well in containers. And there are quite a few cultivars really selected for the sugar content and the flavor of the fruit. Some of the standard varieties that we've tried do fruit in containers, but they don't fruit very heavily. So in our work, we've selected two varieties. One is Maher Dwarf, and the other one is this variety called, which is in front of me here, is called Dwarf Hawaiian. And both of these are very productive as container plants. And the interesting thing is that a plant like this, which is probably going on 6 or 7 years old, has been living in this pot for 6 or 7 years, and simply every year it goes through its fruiting cycle, producing fruit, and we simply do a little bit of light pruning on it to contain it. You can see the productivity of this plant is immense. As far as culture goes, their root systems are pretty strong. We don't really have too many problems with root rot, and they're pretty much resistant to insects with the exception of spider mite, which can get on the foliage under high heat and dry conditions. Generally, a little bit of cold water sprayed daily on the leaves will correct the problem, or you can use neem oil for that. As far as fruit production goes, in the tropical areas, they will fruit throughout the year. Generally, there's 3 cycles. Here in New England, we fruit once, and we usually have, although flowers form, and here's a young plant that we have here with the blooms on it. You can see they're actually quite pretty. They're pink flowers. And you can see this is Maher Dwarf, but you can see how much flower production there is all along these stems. And the flowers often come off of the old wood. You can see this one here emerging off of some wood that's at least a year old. This is going to actually grow. There's quite a bit of vigor in this. There's some new growth coming on the top here. And a plant like this, although it will slow down during the winter time in the north here, will quickly take over in the springtime. There'll be a flush of growth. And a little plant like this of this particular cultivar, Maher Dwarf, could hold several fruit by the time we get in, or even more by the time we get into next summer. So they're quite quick growing and quite easy to fruit, these two cultivars, Dwarf Hawaiian and Maher Dwarf. Well, thank you for watching. There's a little bit of information on growing the starfruit or carambola as a container plant. If you'd like more information, you can visit us at logis.com.